All right, so now we have another city, another state that may require more regulation, more licensing requirement in order to wholesale real estate. So we see a trend across this nation that more and more cities and states are requiring people to hold a license or some sort of laws in order to wholesale real estate. And a lot of beginner wholesalers, they mention or they comment down below on my videos like, this is another way where it makes us even harder to get into real estate. And even the nation as a whole, like people not into real estate investing, you hear young people talk about, hey, I don't think I'm ever going to buy a house. I don't think I'm ever going to be a homeowner because of this, because of that. And now we have more laws restricting certain people to, well, not restricting wholesaling, but more requiring more legislation and more requirements in order to wholesale real estate. But I think some of it is good. Honestly, I think some of it is, I don't think it needs to be a requirement, but still, I don't think they're huge hurdles that beginners should not want to get into wholesaling just because of these hurdles, because it's fairly easy to get your license. It's not super easy, but like anyone can get their license. Anyone can disclose more information on their contracts. Anyone could follow these laws in order to still start wholesaling real estate, still wholesale real estate. You can still have a wholesaling company and have realtors that work with you that are licensed. Whatever it may be, you can still work in wholesaling real estate. And still, the majority of cities and states don't have any licensing requirements in order to wholesale real estate. Like the state that I live in, there's still no laws or regulation around wholesaling real estate. That's true for most states in this country. But I want to read an article about a new city, state that I haven't really heard before, and I just want to share my screen with you all and just talk about it. All right, so local real estate expert warns homeowners about We Buy Houses sign. Real estate expert. I wonder who it is. Most likely an agent. We'll see though. Local experts are warning that real estate wholesalers who sometimes post We Buy Houses signs around the city often take advantage of homeowners. So you call one of these signs and say you want to sell your house. So a real estate agent is saying this, Mr. Michael. The person on the other end is going to put your home under contract for exceptionally favorable terms to them. Okay, understandable. People are putting We Buy Houses signs, are using these strategies called wholesaling. He said wholesalers don't actually intend to buy homes in most cases, but get property owners stuck in contracts to sell for a price below market value. Wholesalers don't get property stuck. I mean, homeowners stuck. Like, honestly, I've been through deals where, hey, a homeowner wanted to go a different way. Yes, I could have stronghold them and said, no, you signed this contract. I'm all like, no, I understand. Do what's best for you and your family. If you can get more money listing it, going with this person, do that. I may be more strict if they are going to another wholesaler or even another investor. But if they decide not to sell their property or wait until they can get a higher price or anything like that, I'm cool with. But this is a real estate agent. He's talking from his perspective. He feels the competition. He feels that this is a threat that needs to be exited out or be shown as or deemed as wrong. It allows the wholesalers to sell the contract to another buyer at a higher price. Yes. So if you sign a contract to sell your home at $100,000 and the wholesaler assigns that contract to another buyer for $110,000, you get the $100,000 guaranteed to your contract. And the wholesaler walks away with $10,000. Wow, that's actually a great example. And to me, $10,000 off of $100,000, I think that's still a pretty good deal. So sometimes it does close at market value, but the person that owns the home is not receiving the market value. Well, yeah, I mean, especially if your house needs work or you need some sort of addition or something done on the property. The end user can really be anybody, but most likely it's somebody that's going to invest back into the property. True. The offer to sell a house through this process may seem appealing to people in a tough situation or a tough position who want the sale to go through quickly, but it's not worth the loss because he wants to list it and get the commission and make 6% off of the deal. That's why. But anyways, it is a big difference. I'm not gonna lie that if he lists this for $100,000 and let's say he gets the full 6%, he's paying the buyer's agent maybe 2.5-3%, so he's making $3,500 from it. He's still making good amount, but it's not $10,000. And a lot of wholesalers, they can easily make $10,000 off of something like that. Or most likely this homeowner, if it's listed, maybe it sells for higher, and now this person can get more than $3,500. Now they can get $4,500 because it's higher or whatnot. They're protecting their pockets too, but at the same time, I I understand their side, because yes, homeowners can get more if they list their properties. I have told sellers like, hey, you can list this property and get more for it. Like this last property I bought for a flip, I told the homeowner, if you list this property, you're going to get more. But I did say, hey, but with me, I already have the money. I'm going to close right away. Boom, boom, boom. And they still went with me, and I checked up with them because they knew I was fast. That's how wholesaling is essentially. When you sell your home for less than it's worth, you lose out on gains, and those gains can be really life-changing for a lot of people, okay? The predatory investor market is ravaged neighborhoods. There are some neighborhoods that have lost significant value because of this type. What? Okay. Wow, this is crazy. I haven't heard this point before. So this person is saying because people are essentially selling their properties for lower, it is actually devaluing the neighborhood. But the thing is, at the end of the day, an investor is buying their property and they're either going to flip it and it's going to increase in value and actually help the neighborhood, or they're going to rent it out, fix it up still, and rent it out. And so that will still increase the value of that market. But this is interesting. In an effort to prevent more residents from losing out profits, Harsh encouraged people to RIP, RIP, we buy out of the ground this with free ice cream to the person who ripped out the most as an incentive. Wow, this person has the perfect name, Harsh, because this person is acting pretty harsh towards wholesalers. He said, if you see a We Buy Home bandit sign, rip that thing out. Even if it's not on your own property, rip it out and I'll give you some free ice cream. That's wild. And these same people are going to boast capitalism and be so big on capitalism and being your own boss and all this, but they're gonna do stuff like this. It does show a level of pettiness, because I respect real estate agents. Hey, you can have your opinion, but to go to that extreme, that's crazy. So, wow, this is an interesting article. It's more interesting than what I thought it would be. You're talking about letting go of something that could potentially be passed down to your children or other family members. And if you have to let it go, that's understandable, but maximize your profits. I agree with that. The only people that can help you do that are real estate. Wow. The only people that can ever help you sell your home, the only people that can have you make money off of your property is me. This is what this person is essentially saying. Don't even sell it. Your children are not even the best person to help you with this. Your friend who's an investor is not even the best person to help you with. The government or anybody. It's just me. This is such a biased article, and this real estate agent is so, I don't know, it's just like, it's greedy and it's jealousy. That's the undertone of this article. Other wholesalers may read this and be like attacking this person, but I understand this is competition. This is a capitalistic country. I understand it, but to me, this guy's kind of going extreme with it. But let me tell you, if this guy is watching this video, hey, I respect you. I respect real estate agents, all of that. I'm just pointing out, not all of us are bad apples. Some of us actually give good offers to sellers, and yeah, we make money off of it, and the homeowner's happy and they like that they had a fast transaction and all that jazz. So let's continue. It said real estate agent has obligation to get homeowners the most money possible in their property sales. State laws require they act in the client's best interest. Wholesaling is a threat we should take seriously if we want Cleveland homeowners and not Cleveland renters. Wholesaling is a big threat to the marketplace. Wholesalers don't just use the signs posted in the community to reach homeowners. They use text messages, mailers, emails, calls. We call some numbers on We Buy a House as signs in Cleveland to request an interview, and those who answer decline to comment. Understandable. Wow, this is a very interesting. I like that, let's make it Cleveland homeowners and not Cleveland renters. Now listen, this is how it's going to happen. I mean, you're still going to have Cleveland renters because once you list a property, an investor is going to buy that property because your property needs work. So no regular homeowner is going to buy your property. Most of the homeowners are not going to buy a property that needs a ton of work. And so an investor is going to buy it and they're going to fix it, and it is still going to become a rental. So whether you buy it or whatever happens, whether a wholesaler sells it or a real estate agent sells it, that's not going to slow down investors making these properties into rentals. I think a lot of it is based on the market, the type of neighborhood you're at. Some neighborhoods are just a rental neighborhood for whatever reason, maybe because of the type of jobs people have in this area or whatnot. But yeah, this was an interesting article. Let me know your thoughts down below. All right, you all, like this video, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all later.